All right, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to DC Fine Art. Today, we're going to be working on part 4 of our Halloween clown, and it is a prop clown. It's not a real clown that I took a picture of. It's totally made of plastic, but we're going to be working on his hat along with starting our hamster. Now, I'm not for sure if we'll make it all the way through the hamster, but maybe we might, so you never know. Just want to make sure everything is working okay. Seems to be working okay. So this is going to be done in color pencil. And then also, I like to usually give a little heads up on what's going on either on Patreon or how, anything that's coming up. And so far, Patreon, you guys have got the hippo's eye and skin texture. And on that, we're working in color pencil. Now, this is over on my Patreon. If you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon, I do have the link below in the description. And to get the videos, or at least all the videos, I think it just starts out, I got it at $1.99, and you can go ahead and have access to all of those videos. Now, if you go up on the tier, I think I have it to where I'll give you guys either a postcard or a little greeting card, or maybe you might get a sticker. It all just depends. Sometimes I like to throw things in for a thank you. But that is over on Patreon, and if you guys want to see what I'm talking about on the skin texture of the hippo, all we did was just work kind of like around the eye of the hippo and doing some of the skin texture, so that way you guys know, basically it's just going to be the same thing throughout the whole entire hippo as far as the skin goes, but at least you know what to do on textures like that. Or for instance, I went overboard on the skin texture, and if you guys are wondering about that and you're wanting to see a little bit here, I'll show you guys. Now this is over on Patreon. The shoe, the little croc shoe, but I put DC on it for DC Fine Art. This here, and the whole shoe is already on Patreon, so if you guys want to see how that one was done, it is over there. And then as far as the skin texture, we're getting that done. I should have the skin texture done, and then I think it was, actually it's this week. I need to go ahead and hop on over and do the teeth is what I'm wanting to do for the next video. So hippo's teeth, that way you know not to go completely white on teeth, because teeth are not supposed to be plain white. But yeah, that's over on Patreon, if any of you guys are interested in that. But also for YouTube, just want to let you guys know, I know that Powerful Packs is not a thing anymore. Really, really sad over that. I know some of you have made the comment too that you guys are sad too. I have subscribed to another box. So we are going to have another box. I haven't said which box I'm actually subscribed to, but I can tell you that I should be getting it, I think, on Saturday. I should be getting it on Saturday. So that means as soon as I get that box, and then I'll make a video for you guys showing you which box that I got, and also a little bit about that box and the stuff that I got inside. So I don't want to give away too much on it, because the moment I say something, I think you guys are already going to guess which box I've actually got. So I need to keep my mouth sealed and not spoil the surprise. But I did get a couple more things that I think would be really a lot of fun, because I already have a plan of what I want to create in that subscription box that I got. So I've already got an idea out. I've already got the paper. Well, no, I don't have the paper. Actually, the paper came in today, and the paper was not, it was damaged in shipping, but luckily I got that from Blix, and Blix will be sending me another pad of paper before the box comes in, so I can still make my video. So it'll be another fall or Halloween like kind of fall, Halloween, either one. It'll be that type of drawing that I'm going to do for you guys using those supplies and some other ones that I got. So yeah, super, super excited about that. And I think you guys are going to be super excited too that we have another subscription box. And just keep fingers crossed that this one actually stays. If it goes away, there's not much out there. I mean, there's maybe another one, but I'm not going to be happy. You know, I want to give you guys something that I actually enjoy. I don't want to get a box that I'm not enjoying the product that's in it just to create something for you guys. I really, truly want to get a box that I am happy with. And sometimes some of these boxes are just not meant for me, you know, me as an artist. And it doesn't mean that it may be good for somebody else and make them super happy, but whenever I get it, it's like it has to be personal too, you know. And this one here, I actually, okay, I'm not going to give it away, I promise. I got this box before, okay, and I can tell you I was not happy with it. I'm not going to tell you why I wasn't happy with it, but now I'm happy with it. So, and I'll actually discuss that whenever I get the box and do the video for you guys on why I changed my mind about the box and how I am actually tickled to death to get it. Like, I can't wait for my next box already, and I haven't even got the box yet. So I need to stop being so excited, because if I end up getting the box and it ends up being like some sort of like, looks like it's a full product and ends up being like a sample product of stuff, I would be so upset. You don't understand. I probably would cry. like no, I don't think so. But I think it's actually good, because I think it's full-size product. So let's just hope. I'm super excited. I want to stay that way. And yeah, we'll be doing another one this week. So hopefully it'll turn out good. Anyways, let's go ahead, and I think that's pretty much it. Remember to leave a like in the video. That definitely helps the channel grow, and we are getting so close to 1,000. You guys want to get me over 1,000 subscribers. If we got any new ones out there, please click the subscribe. I would really like to do a giveaway. I know that the giveaway that I'm going to do is for anybody in the US. I know it's kind of a bummer. I want to go outside the US, but we got to get more subscribers to where I can actually afford to ship things out to outside of the US. But for right now, I am pinching pennies, you guys, so I can't really do that. It'll just be for in the US, so that way shipping is not too like high. So anyways, definitely subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and turn this around to, let's see here. There we go. So there is the clown, and I haven't finished with his hair on this side because we really need to get the hat done in order for me to finish off his hair, and then also his shirt needs to be done down here in order to finish off the hair on the bottom, like right through here. So I kind of stopped. I didn't do any more. Here's our little hamster. Of course, the hamster is going to be dressed up like the clown. So I drew in like a little court gesture kind of like thing around his neck. I don't know. And he's going to have a little red nose. So he's going to be a cute hamster. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So that way, oh, I don't need this. This is a Copic pen. Let's put that back. So yeah, this is going to be a color pencil live stream. So you guys, anybody who's new, you can chat along. Tell me where you're at. Like, are you in the US? Are you in a certain state? Like, where are you from? All right, so the hat I've already decided. I'm going to make it more of a bluish tone hat. So we got Midnight Black, which is a blue and black mixture, but it is definitely really makes it a dark. So if you're wanting something super, super dark, and probably the blackest of black, like this is darker than just regular black because of that blue that's added in it. So that's going to be for my really dark colors. I did take out the Derwent Indigo, so that one's going to be majority of the hat. And then I got black just to kind of fill in a lot of the areas. And then I've got this light cobalt blue. Yeah, that's what it is, a light cobalt blue. And this one here is for any kind of highlights. If I'm needing highlights just on the hat, like if light's reflecting off of it, then I usually go toward a light blue. You could also do like a light gray or something, like a warm light gray. That would work. It's got a bluish tone in it. That should be fine. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. This is basically going to be a lot of filling out to do. Oops, my hat disappeared. All right, so for the most part, let's go ahead and take this regular black and use it. Now I am using the Derwent light fast pencils, and the reason why I chose these, especially for a base coat, or at least for the base tone, is because these are really super easy to blend with odorless mineral spirits. Like, I don't have to go in the really super small circles or anything, so it makes it much easier. So all I gotta do is just make sure I got enough pigment on the paper. Yeah, I've been working on that hippo, and I was like thinking to myself, oh my gosh, that's a 16 by 20, you guys. And I'm like, yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit to try and get the hippo skin done. Could you just imagine if I did all the hippo skin on the Patreon? You guys would be falling asleep. You'd be like, oh my God, enough. We get the point of how to make textured skin, to show a little bit of it and then just continue. That's why I do that, because I don't want to make everything on my videos, especially for Patreon. I don't want to, I've seen, oh, there comes my studio assistant, Mr. Whiskey. What you doing? Oh, can you fit? Don't nose boop me. Rachel's supposed to be watching you. He's nose booping me with his nose. He's like, eh. You guys want to see him? There he is. What are you doing? Stop nose booping me. Nope. Why you nose boop me? Why you nose booping? Hey. Because he wants butt scratches. That's it. You don't get no more. No more. Oh, really? He's going to survey everything. He's probably going to go see Pebbles. Watch him come back and nose boop me. Nope. Now he wants to leave. Okay. Let me open the door. And he does not want to go. All right. Well, we'll go back to live work. No, Mommy's working. You go with Sissy, okay? She's on the couch looking like Casper. She's always covers up her head with the blanket, my daughter. Or she on her phone. She says that she sees, that way there's no reflections or something. Yep. Whiskey took off. He's nose booping me. He's nose booping me. Okay, so we're gonna keep this up. We're just gonna, I know we don't want to do it all black. This is just a base tone. We can add in our darker colors, because we can still go darker, we can still go lighter. Let me see something here. She's like, I'm gonna sneak and shut the door. Okay, let's just do this. put like an angle here. Okay. Now that we have that, sorry about the reflection. Color pencil and my lights for some reason and recording, the reflection is horrible. Okay, so here's Midnight Black. This is darker than the black that we have here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in some of my darkest colors in some of the darker areas. Especially right here, close to his head. Go ahead and just kind of add. I'm not pushing down really hard neither. I'm just making some bigger circles or some bigger ovals. You could do that. Make it like his hat kind of flips around in this area. You can have a floppy hat. Let me take some blue, or at least some dark indigo, and we're going to stick it like right in here. This ought to make more of a bluish tone. And I'm going to make it wrap around here. Okay. Now right along the edge of this, where I said I wasn't pushed down too hard in the center, like doing this, I'm not pushing down really hard. Just kind of doing normal. But right here, if you're trying to make a straight line, I may push down just a little bit harder than what I would normally do. Only because I'm trying to make that straight line, and if you don't push down just a little bit hard, at least harder than what you would normally fill in a color for, like fill in, then sometimes your line's not that straight. So I do tend to push down just a little bit harder whenever I'm trying to make a straight line. Okay. Now, like I said, I wanted to make this hat a little bit different. We're going to come in with this highlight just a little bit through here. Okay. If you're thinking this looks a little bit bright, that's fine, because I can always tone it back a little bit with a darker color. go ahead and tone some of this down. I'm going to use my dark indigo for that. I'm going to sharpen it. And see, as you notice, I am putting down a lot of layers to where it is got enough pigment on the paper to where whenever I do go over it with my odorless mineral spirits, I will have a good amount to be able to easily blend. I think that's fine. And then we'll have to do this side here. Let me go ahead and blend this out. That way we get, I don't do the whole entire thing and then we're having to wait on it all to dry. At least that can be drying while we work on some more. Really hoping we can get to the fun part. I really like doing the hamster. Even if we do just some around, like we'll have to do the little band here. We actually could just do the little band and then a little bit around the hamster. That way we can get started with the hamster. But I just definitely want to cover some of the hat. That way you guys can see how I do it. Gives you the idea. It's kind of like, you know, you don't need to see every little bit of something if you're just going to kind of do the same thing repeated, like a repeat. You just need to see how it's done and then just continue on the same process. Unless you guys don't get it. If you guys have any issues and you want me to do the whole thing or not go on to the hamster just yet, just let me know. I am happy to spend more time. And that's with my Patreons too. I mean, you guys just leave me a comment down and say, hey, you know, could you spend a little bit more time on this because I'm not quite getting it, or maybe I need a little extra help, or see a little bit more of how you do that in order to understand it. That's what I'm here for, is to help. But I can't really help if I don't have anybody speaking up. That looks really good. All right, so here it is. It's kind of funny how in the reflection it looks like there's a whole bunch of like lines like missing, and then like your own, maybe it's a reflection of it being wet. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, with my own eyes, it looks like it's fully, you know, covered. I look in the camera and then it looks like I'm missing like a whole bunch of patches. Like it's see-through, that translucent. It's not. That is just the reflection of the wet shine. My goodness. I'm like, this is how you do this. And then I look up and it's like patchy. It's not patchy. I'm going to stand up for a bit. Whiskey's in a playful mood. We may have to put a little bit of a shadow underneath of his hat there, where his head is, his forehead. So I probably will not go on the other side of his hat here, where his hair is at. It'd be on this side here. We'll leave that. Because I definitely would like to work on the little hamster too. Alright, so now we'll just leave this to dry. And then once that gets finished drying, we'll go back over it again. We're going to go ahead and do this little band right here and then up around the hamster. So the band in the reference photo is more of a red band, and we can keep that because I wanted to do that with the red. Kept all my colors out. Here, let me sharpen this one. And then cherry red. It's kind of the same colors as his hair in a way. So first things first, is this my purple? Yeah. We are going to go around the hamster with my darker color. Now if you're probably wondering, well, what about the hamster's fur? He's supposed to be fluffy. He will be. It'll just have to go over. I mean, you definitely want to create the background to where whenever you go over fur, you're actually coming across something that's already done. So And then we're going to come through with our purple. What this does is makes it just a little bit more darker. Okay. This is our cherry red. It's a little bit brighter. So it's transitioning from like a darker one, like a darker color to a little bit brighter color. And then I'm going to take my Derwent red, just definitely a whole lot brighter, and we're going to stick it toward the top here. Really kind of lighten up this edge. Might need to make that a little bit darker, so I'm going to come in with my Nightshade. Nightshade is a really dark purple. It's also another good one to add to make things look a whole lot, like make your blacks even darker, is by adding a little bit of Nightshade to there, but we are actually not wanting to go that extreme. All right, so then we can end up blending that out whenever it comes time, but for right now, we're not, and that's still really reflective right there. If we didn't have, I don't even know how to do it without making it go pitch black, but yeah. Whoa, Whiskey. Breaking and entering. He like, the door like flung open really hard that time. Hold on, let me get my drink. What you doing, buddy? He's like, Mom, you're not in the right area for me to nose boop you right now. Okay, we're gonna just take this. I'm gonna go right outside my little transferred line there, that white line. Kind of went into that a little bit. Let me take my Perfection eraser here. Erase it. And then we're going to go through and just kind of color in and around the little hamster with the hat. That way, and I'm just going over it with a black, just a normal regular black here. That way we can still go darker and we can still go lighter. It's not the darkest color. Kind of going in and around the little hamster's ear here. And once this is done, we can easily go over our fur and make the fur go on top of the hat on the black. You don't want to do it the other way around, because if I were to do the hamster and it looks all cute with his little fuzzy hair sticking out, then try and put the black in, it would basically cover up a lot of the little furs that were sticking out that I would have on the hamster. And that's why I don't want to, you always want to do your background first and then do the things that are closer to you, like the hamsters closer. So I think that that would be good. The rest of his hat, let's see here, what time is it? Ain't too bad. Maybe it won't take so long. Color pencil is a very time consuming medium, but I absolutely love it. It's so much fun and it looks so good. Really do like color pencil. And let's just say we're going to take some indigo, dark indigo. We can go through here and just kind of add it. And once this hat actually dries and it's to where you can add another layer to it, I would definitely add another layer. You add a layer whenever you want it to look better. If you are happy with the way it looks and that's exactly what you were wanting, then you don't have to add another layer. It's totally up to you. You are the artist. Okay, I'm going to take some of my dark indigo and just come through here. It's like I'm trying to tone some of it down. I'm not pressing down too hard neither. Now these light fast color pencils do blend really easily, so I'm not too worried about any kind of lines. As you can see, that really blended out smoothly, even though the reflection kind of says something different there, but it's a reflection. Let's see here, where's my other color pencil? Lost it. Oh, there it is. This is my Midnight Black, which is the darkest of the blacks. I'm going to go through here and just kind of make it a whole lot darker. Especially in and around where the hamster is. this as a darker of the hat, or at least a darker hat. Okay, and then we're gonna kind of go through it just a little bit here. What is it, baby? Was a little bit of a whine there. All right, so let's go ahead and blend this. That way we can kind of see where we're at. This darker area, we'll just have to see. I don't think I would have to do it again, but you never know. Oops. I am very good at hitting that button. I need to put this mouse away. I always end up hitting the mouse. Okay. Blending the red first. Let's go in here and blend. Got that red blended. Now we're going to go and blend this black. So one thing about this is that the black is just a little bit shiny, or has a little bit of a glare to it, just a little bit in the cameras. So looks like there's patches in it, but there's really no patches. And most likely I'll have to go back over some of this blue or light blue, especially if I kind of washed it out a little bit. It's fine. You can hear Whiskey whine just a little bit. Sometimes he whines, especially at nighttime, whenever he gets closer to bedtime. He'll whine because he knows he needs to go night-night. He doesn't like me staying up. We both go to bed at the same time. So, he don't like me staying up past bedtime. He'll start whining, and then he'll fall asleep on the floor. Then I have to try and get him up just like a child. He also doesn't like waking up neither. He doesn't really like going to bed too often, but he definitely throws a fit whenever it's time to get up. He'll wake me up, but then whenever I try and get him up, he'll like growl at me, and I don't want to get up, just like a child. And he plays it too. I used to have to, whenever he was a puppy, I used to have to carry him to bed every night. And I'll switch over the reference photo too to the hamster. So right now I got it on the clown. The clown is actually my picture that I took of the prop. And it is actually on our Patreon. I forgot. I think it's like Sapphire tier and higher. And you can get the reference photos that I stick in there as being a part of it. So it's all kinds of neat things. And I just kind of add to them. I used to try and add them like every month, but I've been so busy that I don't usually add reference photos every month, but I do add them when I can, or coloring pages when I can, and you guys get full access to them. I know some people, artists, may like have a certain time for you to get the reference photos before they're gone, or you can't get them anymore, but they just stay in there, so you guys can have access to those reference photos at any time. I'm pretty sure by the time, who knows how long I keep the Patreon, as long as it's doing good, but those reference photos can end up adding up to having a whole bunch. Okay, almost getting to the point where we've got it all blended. There we go. I think I'm getting outside my lines. We'll have to see. I have to wait until it dries. But it looks pretty cool. And just to kind of show you guys, make sure you see that there is no, let's see here. I don't know how I can do that though. Can't really lift it up. I could probably take the camera down. We'll probably do that afterward. But there is actually no, oh, there we go. Maybe we can do it that way. Just hold it at a weird angle. See, there's no actual lines. It's just kind of the glare of everything makes it look that way, but there's really not. It's kind of a weird clown, huh? All right, let's go ahead and, I really want to start on this little hamster. Let's get me a drink. Whiskey. What are you whining about, baby? Hmm? What you whining about? Hmm? What is it? It does feel a little bit hot. Who knows? Hey, Rachel. Is it hot in here to you? No? It's just me. I was wondering if maybe he was just feeling hot. I mean, the AC's running, but it seems like it was running the whole time. It's weird. I hope our AC didn't break. That would be my luck, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and get this little hamster done. I'm pretty sure actually in this little area here. Let me see if I don't have. Ain't too bad. I think it'll be fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch over our reference photo from the clown to the, let's take away the clown, and there is the little hamster. Let me try putting away the mouse. And I'm going to put the same to where I can see it a little bit more clear on my end. There he is, little hammy. He's so cute. Little adorable little thing. Okay, so he's going to have a little red nose. Like I said, I want to make it nice and bright, so we're going to use the Derwent red here to kind of start it off. If it's not that bright, we can come in with more of a, this is pale geranium lake. Let's just see what this looks like. Okay. And then we're going to come in a little bit of a darker shade here. And a little bit darker towards the bottom. It's going to have a big round nose. We can even stick a little bit of our purple shade in here. There. And then we got our little clown, little nose on him. Now we're going to go through and find all my browns. Where did I take those? Because I was using them so much. Hold on. Let's pull all my little, I don't need all browns, but I would like to have my darker one, like my dark flesh or my dark sepia. What is this one? Does that say dark indigo? It does. Sepia, dark flesh. Let's just use, yeah, let's not do that one. Let's see here, dark sepia. Yeah, let's just sepia. I'm gonna go through and just kind of do that. So there is a little bit of a darker patch in here. He's got a darker patch of fur in here too. So we're just gonna make this brown is what we're gonna do, not black. If we end up going with like a black, it would just totally blend in with the hat. So we're not gonna go that dark. There's his little arm. Remember, we're just gonna make this basically his under, kind of like an underpainting. Just kind of doing a little bit of an underpainting kind of look. And then we're gonna end up blending it out. And then we'll go in with our darks and our lights. Kind of give it a little bit of its fur texture, but for right now, we're just gonna put in some of our darker areas, substituting out black for brown. Okay. We'll have to use some grays too. Where is, also need to do his little eye there. This is black. Okay, and then we're going to go with a, not midnight black. Midnight black's really dark. We're going to go in here and just kind of darken this up a little bit, maybe. Okay, where is the blue? Like dark indigo blue. There it is. We're going to go ahead and just kind of shade this just a little bit with the dark indigo, but then we're going to come in with our light blue, kind of make a little bit of a highlight, and then our white. Let's see what we can make. May have to kind of blend this out just a little bit. I always keep a regular pencil sharpener on hand because you just never know when you might need one, especially for your shorter pencils. It's not where I wanted it, but it's all right. Where's gray? There's some gray. Sometimes you just gotta put. You may have to blend that out before I can put that in there. Here's this little ear. I'm going to put some dark black in there. Just in some of these dark like areas where it should be a little bit shadowed. I just don't want to put too much though. Okay. We're getting him. Even though he's always going to look funny, just remember, he's always going to look funny until he's completely done. Just how it goes. Okay, that's sepia. Where's my other browns? I think this is like dark blush, isn't it? Yeah. I think this is going to be too dark. Where is just making sure we're not gonna get to like a storm or something. I don't see anything. Looks like Ethan. That was Ethan. Make sure I let him know I'm live streaming. He's not used to the schedule, so it used to be, you know, we used to always do it on Tuesdays, but Rachel had a volleyball game I had to attend. Oh, and she won, by the way. She won. Yay. And I went to it. Okay, let's see if we can't find some of our other grays. This is more of a violet. Is that, nope, sepia of 10%. That's fine. Let's go ahead and stick some of this in there. Where is my darker sepia? Let's stick it in there. We're gonna have to make this just a little bit more darker in that area. All right, so I got these two. Let's try and take, I don't know if I want to do the tan just yet. Here, see what kind of, oh, here's some darker grays. And we're just going to keep on layering is all we're doing. We're layering and layering until we get it just the way we want. Just kind of take it underneath the shadow here. If you're wondering what we're going to make, like the colors for our little court jester like thing on him, I'm really thinking that we should do like we have to do some white there. I'm really thinking that we should do the same colors as the clown, like try and match the clown just a little bit. And I'm just kind of putting in little lighter areas and little darker areas, just kind of filling in some. We haven't even gone to our lightest area, like lightest colors yet. We will though. I need to add a little bit of a pinkish tone in his ears, just a little bit. That'll be good. Need a little bit of a light tone, just kind of coming up in and around his little eyebrows here. Oops. Made that little hairs just kind of stick up a little bit too much. Just kind of push that back a little bit. And all I'm doing is just using my black colored pencil to kind of push in anything that maybe I want to adjust. It's kind of a little scruffy little hamster there. It's kind of cute. His little hands need to have a little bit of a pinkish tone, so I'm going to grab that same type of pink and just kind of add a little bit to it. I'm going to take some darker pink here, and we're just going to add just a little bit in there. Anything that we could do to just kind of break that up a little bit, his little hands. But they are really tiny, so should be fine. And then we can always come back through some lighter tones and just kind of see, I'm just working my way up from light to dark. And I'm just kind of adding in some more fur textures. It depends on how fluffy you want your hamster too. Like, I kind of like little fluffy hamsters. Should have drew those other should have drew his little, let me go ahead and get some of that. And then any of these little wispies, like his little hairs that you're wanting to tone down, you can take a little bit of odorless mineral spirits and you can actually put that underneath and just tone anything that you're wanting to be toned down. Like in here. Okay, So, and I may have to go back through and just add some more darks in. It's all gonna depend. Just like that. I'm just gonna add some in if you're wanting to. It's totally up to you. Let me go ahead and let's add his little thing in. And like I said, I wanted it to be kind of similar to the colors of his shirt, which, no, let's see if I can show you guys his shirt. It's like that kind of color. See how you got that plaid? We did a little bit of that last time. Well, I kind of want to do the same thing, kind of similar to him. I may have to add, actually I almost missed that. Let me add a little bit of darkness. My fuzzy little hamster. Okay. Okay, I want to work on my hamster some more. Oops, just hit the thingy. Let's go ahead and take out some of our tans. Can't remember which ones I used though, but I do know I used this one. Here's some tan, lighter tone, and then some grays, probably some of the sepias. So where's my darker grays? Okay, right in here. We're just kind of adding some of these darker tones, especially this darker gray, right in the center of the little fold. Remember, I don't have a reference photo for this, by the way. It was just freehand draw, just no reference photo. Sorry about that. No reference for him or his little thingy around his neck. Okay, is this my lighter one? Okay, this is the darker one. Okay, so we're gonna do some little, Any of his whiskers that I kind of cover up too, I can always go back over that, be fine. What you barking at? Like Looks like he's trying to play. Sticking a little bit of a highlight in here. And any kind of like highlight or lighter fur that you're wanting to add. We'll definitely do it with the white, Derwent Chinese white. Okay. It's got some weird looking ears there. Might have to figure that one out. I need to tone those down just a little bit. Hold on. I don't want them sticking out that far, so let's go ahead and kind of here's my pink. Make it some bushy eyebrows on them. You can kind of do what you want on it. So that's the fun thing about it. You don't have to stick exactly to your reference photo if you don't want to. We may have to add a couple little wispies right in there. And I need to put in a little bit more. Where's my pink? Right here. I'm going to add just a little bit more to the tippy top of his fingers. Whoa. What was that about? That was like super loud. Okay, so we got his little fingers in there, but I need to make them, let's see here. I think he's cute. Sometimes I always make my hamsters just a little bit different here and there. I really do like him. See if I can't make, well, I don't know why I did that with my glove. See if I can't make this kind of dip down just a little bit. What is it, sweetie? What is it? Where'd you go? What is it? Rachel, does he need to go to the bathroom? Can you take him outside real quick? Go on, go with Sissy. Okay, there he goes. I took him outside, but you never know. He may need to go again. He looks like a circus clown. I don't know why. Or a little circus hamster. He looks like a circus hamster. It's cute. And then just to make sure, we might need to put a little bit of a highlight on these little fingers. You see them a little bit better. I think I'm actually happy with that. If we need to do any kind of adjustments, we can always do that. For some reason, it's like the glare kind of makes it look. And I didn't really add any odorless mineral spirits to this or anything. I mean, I could have, but sometimes I just don't see a need in it. If you don't need it, you don't need it. If you want to, you could. If you want to put a couple layers in there, or if you want to smooth things out just a little bit and just kind of soften some of those little fur that he's got in here, you can always soften it out. Or you could just leave it, either one, but softening it out would kind of like let me do a little bit so that way I can show you guys. Like in here, if you're wanting to soften out some of that gritty grainy in here, in. I wouldn't do a whole lot of blending. I would just do like little bits, maybe. Just little bits and pieces, maybe. And like maybe around his head, we could always just do. There we go. Maybe just a little bit. There we go. Just to kind of soften out any areas if you're wanting to do that. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit. I know we need to finish this hat. All right. Whoa. Wish I had a zoom button. It's all manual. So now we got this little like hamster that's up there on his little hat. He actually looks a lot cuter in person than it does on the camera. I don't know, maybe on the camera it doesn't look too bad, but for some reason it just looks so much better in person. Like if I look up at the screen, I'm like, eh. It's like I don't really care for it too much until I look down and I'm like, oh, he's just so cute. So now we can come in and we're wanting to This is for basically going over it again on the hat. I don't really see a need of going over like this area, but any of the shadows here I might need to, actually where's my blue? Dark indigo. Kind of soften any of this out if we want to. It's always fun creating like Halloween type stuff. At least it is for me. I think it's always a little bit easier because you're wanting it to look scary or spooky or aged, and just kind of creating that kind of feeling. You don't really have to do too much. You can always make it look a little rough here and there. Won't hurt it because it's supposed to be a scary painting. Now with this here, I am going to come out kind of create a little bit of a highlight. Okay, now we can come in, since we still have like 30 some odd minutes, I'm going to come in and start kind of finish this off. This is dark indigo. I don't want that one. I want my midnight black. Where are you? Keep on picking up the same one, don't I? Midnight black, right here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my regular black right in here, and we're just going to come through. Oh wait, where's my midnight black again? I need that one more time right here. And we're going to make that right underneath his hat. That is going to be super dark. Kind of going in and around some of these little hairs, even though I'm going to have to go over it and make little wispies coming into the black. Just trying to get as saturated with pigment as I can, so whenever I blend this, it will be a smooth transition or a smooth blend. Which shouldn't be too bad because, like I said, we are working with the Derwent Light Fast, which blends really, really easy. So let me get the dark indigo. I'm going to get that. Just kind of like right in here. Pencils are starting to get short. I only got so many pencil extenders, and I don't feel like switching them out all the time. That would be kind of crazy. I think I only got two, maybe. At least that would be able to fit these. Okay, where's my regular black? Oops, went over that just a little bit. My electric eraser. Just kind of clean up that edge. Okay, I think we should. I should be able to blend this out. It should be good. Okay, I'm gonna spun this out up here. So I'm just gonna kind of go over this just a little bit. Okay. Just going over some of this darker area. I know for one thing I will definitely have to go over the hair, which I already knew. That's the reason why I didn't finish the hair, is because I needed this hat done in the background, so that way I can make little wispies and showing it go over the background. wonder if Whiskey's wanting a snack. Maybe that's it. Sometimes. No, he's playing with the cat. And he's whining. Probably because she doesn't want to play. Okay. Now let's go ahead and blend out some of this highlight here. Soften it. There we go. That was a really loud bark. He's probably trying to play with Lola, our cat. They're both the same age. And she probably swatted him and said no. He'll never learn though. He'll be like, so does that mean what? Now I'm just going around the outside edge just a little bit through here. Oops. Didn't do that. That looks a little bit funny. So see how I made this little like split here? Kind of comes up and folds. If you don't like something like that, kind of looks a little funny, we can always get rid of that. I don't know. I'm gonna try this. I have to be very gentle though if it's still wet, which it could be. I don't want to put too much strain on it here. Let's try that. Kind of take that away. There we go. You could do that. And so now I just took away that crease. You can still see it just a little bit. You may need to wait until it dries, which I probably will do. And I'll go over it again with some black. But black is always gonna, it should be able to cover that, no problem. So yeah, we got a really weird looking guy there. Clown. Scary clown. All these. Let's see here, where's my, this is my nightshade. It is basically a really dark purple. And this I will use in my reds just to kind of add some dark back in. And I'll end up softening that out. All right, so it looks pretty good. Definitely see a reflection of the light, how bright it is. So now on our next live stream, I know we're getting really close for it to be time, but on our next live stream, we get to work on his plaid shirt. So we'll end up doing like his bow here. He's got like that plaid kind of shirt going on, which we did a little bit here. We'll end up doing a whole lot more. And then I know with his face, his hair should be done because we did that last week with his hair, and just basically doing the same thing on this side. Just had to make sure, well actually I'll have to make sure his shirt's done before I can do the little wispies here over the top, but the top here I can end up doing that. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good live stream. If you guys, even if you guys are watching this on the replay, if you have a question or anything like that, I'll be happy to answer any questions. I know reflections are horrible. I don't even know if I were to turn off this big light if it makes any difference with reflections. Probably not, just darker. Ooh, that was a candle. So crazy how dark it is, and yet it looks really bright. That's crazy. Let me see. It looks bright in here, but it's crazy how that works. Oh, now it doesn't want to focus. Okay. It's like, nope, I don't want to focus today. But yeah. I think the only thing I can do as far as like trying to get the true value, let me unplug this real quick. See if we can't do this a little bit differently here. I'll hold it. Sometimes that works. That way you guys can see a little bit closer too. See, that's what we're going to be working on next week, doing a lot of the plaid work. The hair is what we did last time. And see, you can tell that there's nothing really missing. It's just a lot of glare. Now it's got a little bit of a white spot there. Whoa. All right, so that's what we were working on, is clown crop. Let me go ahead and put this over here, and I will put this camera back so that way I don't drop it, because that would be my luck. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like. And I can't wait till we do our subscription box so you guys can see what I got. I'm really excited. I'm actually really excited. I thought I wasn't going to have one after what Palatable Packs and then other boxes have done. Somebody told me that there was another box that did the same thing and canceled, and there's no longer any for them. So this would make box number 3, subscription box, that, yeah, hi sweetheart, that is canceling. So it's just, It's just horrible because that was really a bright highlight to my month. Like every month, I couldn't wait to get my box from Powerful Packs, and then to not have it whatsoever, that was really sad. Let me make sure everything is going good here. Alrighty. Well, if there is no questions or nothing, Whiskey is right here. What are you doing, Whiskey? Huh? Look at you. Look at you. Oh, he just sighed. He goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? Whiskey. What are you doing? I see you. Everybody sees you. Everybody sees you pouting. And they can hear you whine. Oh, look at him. He's wanting to play now. He's wanting to play. Okay. As long as you go easy. Easy. He always bites a hold of me and I grab a hold of his tooth. I tell him easy so he doesn't bite down on me. You gotta learn what easy meant. I wouldn't do that to like a puppy. Like, just stick your finger in, or in a regular dog's mouth, or at least a puppy, because they are gonna bite down hard. He bit down hard on me when he was younger, and then I ended up telling him easy and got him trained to where he doesn't bite down hard. Look at his bum. He came over here just for bum scratches. All right, Whiskey. No more bum scratches. Hey. 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 Where's your head? Studio assistant, where's your head? It's on the wrong side. Alrighty. Well, I guess that pretty much sums it up. So, like I said, leave a like, and then next video is going to be, I really like that clown. That clown and that little hamster looks so cute in person. Like, I love it. But our next video, I'm going to end up doing the subscription box that I got and going over all the products that I've got in that subscription. So, be a lot of fun, and yeah. So I guess until next time, bye you guys.